So hi everybody, this is your stay-at-home grandma. My husband may be coming up, he's got to open up a can of paint for me. I can't open it up. But anyway, I'm doing my journal. That's what I'm doing. So I did this part. I'm working on the back of the book. This is my first journal. This is my art journal. So I'm working on the back of the book. And then I'll work on the inside. So we'll see. But how's everybody doing? Excuse me. I was on earlier doing something else. But I've been here all day. And pretty much it's been quiet. My husband's home now, but he's quiet. Thank God. I don't know why I have this thing where, because I don't want to use the glue gun. I really don't unless I have to. Why the glue doesn't come out? Because first of all, it's a new thing of glue. It's got something in there. See? So I did some more cleaning. Just to put things away so that I know where everything is, and then I'll put them away, and then I'm going to alphabetize everything. Well, not alphabetize them, but, you know, put them so that I know where they're at, what they're doing, and where they're supposed to be, so that I can find them. So, having said that, moving right along, I'm going to drop this down so you can see it. Wait a minute. Clean this glue off. So, nice Sunday. Even though it was raining, I got a lot of work done. And I'm just really happy because I've got an exhibit, but I'm just happy. I'm happy. You know how I am. If you know me, if you're new to the channel, you'll get to know me. You'll understand I'm happy. No matter what. And I found, like I said, this beautiful book of paper, a pad of paper at the dollar store. I got a couple of them. I hope when I go back, they'll have some more. I didn't think to look the other day because I was looking for other things, but it's really pretty, so I'm going to use some of this. I got magazines, so I think I'll use this down here. Yeah. This is my first one. I guess I can use some cloth too, but we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to fold it kind of down so you can see what I'm doing. See it. So anyway, I'm just trying to get my art on and be whatever it is that I have to be. For me, you know, not for anybody else. And I'm so happy that this is turning out really, really nice. Like I said, my husband at first kind of scoffed because I wanted to come upstairs, but the exercise of the stairs is good for me. I kind of ripped that, but that's okay. Because I'm going to put another piece of paper there. This is the Gloria Patria right here, right there. So I tore that out of the songbook. Actually, you know what? I need another piece and tear it out of the songbook. This is an old hymnal. Oh, let me see what year it is. If it had, you can even tell. No, it's not that old. 1966. 1930. Copyright. The first copyright was in 1938. The second copyright was 1966. The 41st printing was 1979. So there you go. my artist friends, especially on YouTube, rip all their papers out. And some of them, I've seen a couple of cut papers, but I've seen more rip papers than I do. And I like ripping things, actually, believe it or not, because I find that it just fits in. I need to get my bone for this, and then so that the paper won't rip. Okay, so I'll put that there. Okay. So, anyway, what's everybody doing Sunday evening? It is 6:58, so everybody's probably had dinner. Probably watching, I don't know if there's football on or not. I don't think it's on until, I don't know, I don't watch football. The only time I watched is when the Patriots played. And I don't even watch that anymore. Because I'm just busy. Being me. Okay, so that fits there. So that's that right there. So now, I gotta bind this. I painted over it, but I'm gonna bind it. Actually, do I want? Nah, I don't want to do that. I probably should have put the bling there, but I didn't. Glue this here, but I'll do it all straightened out in a little while. Let me measure this. Way in the back. Now wait a minute. I had a ruler. What happened to it? Yeah, I have something, and I had it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing the inside, and then well, this is how it looks so far. So this is how it looks so far. And like I said, this is my first one, so be kind. It's going to have a lot of different things on it. This is my art journal, where I will actually write what I'm going to do. Now this right here, okay, so I'm going to fit that in there completely, but then, like, I'm going to really use my different techniques to do it. I think my husband forgot what I wanted him to do. Funny how they forget things, but then if you forget something, oh my. But that's okay. he's cooking today, so I'm being good. Can't believe it's Sunday night already. Weekend goes, the days go by quickly. Not just the weekend, but the days go by really, really fast. And I like this paper because it's thick enough, but to move, but it doesn't rip. Now, I'm going to use a piece of this. Let's see, to the inside. I'm going to side cut it, but rip it at the same time. Fine. I like ripping things. Ripping is good when you're angry, by the way. And I mean, I'm a therapist, I'm telling you. Okay, sometimes when you rip things, it's better that you rip them than rip the person apart. So, ripping is really good for anger management. Ripping, and if you're really mad, actually, and this isn't something I learned in school. I learned this from my sister-in-law who was Japanese. Go to the Goodwill and get old dishes, old dishes that you're not going to use for anything, and put them in a pile and throw them and break the dishes. And that's how she would, and that's a good anger management technique, actually, so that you don't break anything of yours that's of value. So, like go to one of those flea markets or something and buy like those dishes that they have for 10 cents that are really ugly. If you're not going to do anything with them, do that. And believe it or not, works out good. So that instead of you throwing at something at the person's head, I don't recommend you do. Because really and truly, at the end of the day, you're the one that's really upset. They're not. Unless, of course, they got a cold glass off their head or something. I'm just saying. But, they're really not upset. They've upset you. And the thing is, I've learned the hard way, because I really never really lost my temper a couple of times with my ex-husband, but I never really lost my temper. But because I pretty well had an even temperament, so I would just walk away from things. This is it here right there. So now I'm going to do the other side, but I'm going to do the other side a little bit differently. Um, you know, I just handle myself differently. I won't too thin. I don't engage in a lot of foolishness, and I refuse to let people make me angry. And I'm glad I learned that young, because it's got on my nerves. I can tell you that right now. Even as a kid, because I was never really a kid. I would I was a kid. Let me not say that. Let me say what I really need to say, and that is that I didn't mind being a kid. But and I had fun being a kid, but I never really was a kid because I was not, I was a geek. I liked books, I liked art, I liked birds, I liked bird watching, I liked feeding them. I liked all the things that other people really didn't pay attention to. I paid attention to detail. I loved art, obviously, and I loved, you know, talking with people, especially older people. I found that I learned a lot from them, and that I can imagine that they probably learned something from me too. This is probably not an uneven cut. I mean, not an even cut. It's probably an uneven cut, but that's okay. And I used to like hustle, so to speak. And I would go to the store for them, and you know, they would bake or something like that, and I'd be right there baking with them. And even like when my grandmother used to come up, I would do things with her. And my mother was an herbalist, so I was into other things. And I would go out and play, but after a while, I would just go in and go get a book or something, especially if it was hot. I could not understand why people wanted to be outside in the heat. I mean, seriously, okay? And my father had a store and a barber shop, so I had to, you know, do things before I went to school. I had to put up the shelving, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So I was busy, just being me. And I used to like to sew. So, you know, my mother, one thing my mother didn't do, that was my fault, not hers, was teach me how to crochet. She taught me how to knit. And I'm going to actually, that's my goal. I've got crochet hooks for me and my grandchildren. And I'm going to learn right on YouTube. I'm serious. How to knit. Because it's supposed to be easier than, I mean, how to crochet rather. It's supposed to be easier than knitting. And it's supposed to be quicker than knitting. And if that's the case, I'm going to like that. Because so I'm going to put a pocket here. That's why I'll cut it later. But I'll put a pocket there. So that's done for the most part. And this right here, this little thing right there, I don't even know how that got there. That just kind of fell there, I think. So I think I'm going to let it stay there. Obviously, it wants to be there. So I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And then tomorrow, start putting in the pages that are there, that belong there. I don't know what I'm going to do for pages. And then do the outside of this as well. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I might do the outside with ribbon. I don't know. With lace, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so that's that. Oh, let me show you this. So I painted these. I painted them different colors so they just wouldn't look so clear and white. So that was really good. So I'll put the clear polish on those. So I'm done. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And I'm going to actually get off here and do a few things. And hello to all my friends out there. And take a bath and have some dinner and watch the cooking channel or some such thing. I don't know. What I usually watch is not on. So, won't be on again until the spring. I was watching the ship for anybody that's interested. And it just went off. So, it won't be on again until the spring. So, we'll see. Anyway, good night. God bless. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.